Money isn't real. If you know what you have, you don't have much. And once you reach a certain level of money, you don't even know what you have. And you certainly don't own what you have. Outside entities, which you may have a stake in, own what you have. People who have a lot of money understand. It's very difficult for me to even say how much money I have, but I can have anything I want, anytime I want.
Real talk. You aren't even on that level yet. I'm not even on that level yet. But I kind of understand what he's talking about. Just like little baby sprinkle glimpses of what he's talking about. But welcome to the grilling. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to take a moment and appreciate the setup because it literally took me forever to set up. I don't know why it's like wrong. What went wrong? Okay, so now that we had a moment to appreciate it, this is an oldie but a goodie. I know you guys might be spoon-fed Andrew Tate, whatever. But there's a reason why I'm showing this. Not because of, I know this video will get clicks, but because of the value. I remember watching this video when it first came out on YouTube, actually. YouTube removed it, so, you know, big thumbs down for YouTube. This is on Rumble, so shout out Rumble. And I remember watching it, and despite, you know, who cares? Just pretend you don't know anything about this character who we're about to meet, this man that we're about to meet. Pretend you know nothing, no context. The value that he gives in this for social skills and interacting and dating, very good. That's why I'm showing this video, because it really imprinted me. And I used some of this information, some of these techniques in my own personal dating and own personal social skills. And I'm not gonna lie, like, it definitely upgraded them. So I want you to listen up, take notes, sit up, stop scrolling at the comments. And if you're going to at least look at the description or the comments, check out the first link in the description below. All right, I'm niching down this channel for dating. And if you want to get your dating skills up, check that link out, book your call, and let's talk. Because I've seen so many young men just be rejected and not really have any guidance. And that's where I come in. So this is my calling, and this is what I want to do.
Hi, I'm Shine Reynolds, and I'm still on the lookout. I've had some good dates.
I'm liking my views, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all good right now.
Charmer, ain't ya? And I've had some bad dates. How do you think you've done on the date?
I don't really give a shit, I'm not gonna lie, bruv.
Where are all the decent men? Not in my DMs, that's for sure.
You get me? I feel like I'm rolling with the man then. What's going on? 95s!
I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of stupid guys out there in the dating scene. Like, you know, I can empathize with y'all women out there.
Seems like a lot of men don't know how to treat a lady.
I'll just manhandle everything.
This girl's putting a chest and chest in and that, like, jeez.
Will I have better luck this season? What would you do if my ex was after you?
He can have you.
Let's find out. This is grilling.
Actually, I'm on this episode, boys, so we're reacting to my own grilling episode. No, I wish.
I'm Andrew Tate the third. I'm here because I was invited. Is that a good answer?
That's fun.
Yeah, I was invited, so I thought I'd come along. Why not? There's already love in the universe. I've already found love. I found love with reality, my friend. I'm already in love. I'm
gonna pause this so many times, so if you have OCD or something like that, this video isn't for you. But clean slate. We're meeting this guy for the first time. You have no prior context. All right. So seems like he got a little charisma. Seems like he's kind of interesting personality. Maybe he's like acting for the camera.
love with waking up every day. You know, there's people who are trying to stop me breathing and they've yet to succeed. I'm already
a little exaggerated for you know, the lore, the character building.
Life's great. I used to think that it was the man, and I was actually accurate, thinking that it was the man who was selling himself to the woman. But once you reach a certain level of achievement as a man, it's the woman who's trying to sell herself to you.
I think there's, you know, it depends on your perspective. I feel like me personally, I don't really think of things like that, man, woman, whatever. Like, I don't think one person is trying to chase the other one. I feel like in at least for me, idealistically, the type of woman who I want to attract, she's not chasing me, I'm not chasing her. It's just kind of like a magnet, like y'all come together. It's not like a game. But I do want to talk about something real quick that he was mentioning, that the guy was chasing the girl. I feel like from just going to college, it definitely seems that way. Like if you're at a bar, a college bar, I've never really went to those, but the times that I were at those, yeah, you would definitely see the guys just like, talking to the chicks. The chicks are just there for fun, but it just, and I'm only speaking for, the geolocation. I'm not speaking for everybody, but it definitely kind of seems that way. And I will say, on the other hand, it definitely kind of feels that way when you get to a certain, let's just call it, level of leveling up. I mean, that kind of goes for everything and anything, which you just get more attention. So for example, like if I start this business and I start to build my business up, make more money and stuff, innately and inevitably, yeah, I'm going to get like sponsorships. It's just how it is. You kind of attract. So in a way, he definitely is right.
I handled a bunch of difficult situations in my life. I'm not intimidated. Let's leave it at that. We'll see how it goes. I would say I'm pretty confident, yeah, overall. Yeah, I think confidence is born from adversity, right? Everything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Can Cheyenne ask you whatever she likes?
Anything she likes. Find the most difficult question on the planet. Tell her to throw her question card away. Write a new one. I'm ready. I better be good. I better struggle, which is obviously impossible. So she should at least try to make me struggle. I spent my life fighting.
All right, real talk. He has like mastered social skills. He's having fun with this. He's playing with like his food, metaphorically. Like he's so in tune and so secure with his personality. So I just want to appreciate that. Like he's just playing with that. I definitely, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like esoteric. Some people get it, some people don't. What is said doesn't need to be explained type shit.
Cage. I'm not scared of her. I think relationships are a beautiful thing. I think that the synergy between men and women are a beautiful thing if they are correctly collaborated. I think that that's what makes society function. I think that's what makes the world function. I think that men and women falling in love and having children and having families are very, very beautiful things, as long as it's done correctly, as long as the woman obeys like she's supposed to. And I think the world can be a beautiful place.
He said that on purpose. Like, okay, obviously I can't speak for him, but I just feel like I've taken some acting classes, and knowing the context of where he was back then, blowing up on social media platforms for saying controversial things because controversial topics just gains more traction. I really don't know if he says he means what he says. I'm not speaking for him, but he's adding like little sprinkles for I don't know how to explain it, but he's saying that shit on purpose. He's stirring the pot on purpose. I'm just getting that vibe.
As long as gender roles are not misconstrued and misunderstood. So if Sean doesn't understand that, I'll correct her quickly and we'll fix the world and we can move on.
Or he does say what he means what he says. All right, listen up. This part is important.
Very nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi.
You look really nice.
Thank you. Let's do two kisses. 1, 2.
Oh, very nice to meet you. What's
Very
your
nice to
name?
meet you. Andrew Tate. What's your name?
Andrew.
Pop quiz. What just happened? Why was the first impression good? Okay. Very nice. We're going to replay that one more time, and I'm going to walk you all through it. Because I did this once. I implemented this after I saw this video like 2 years ago or something. Big change. Big confidence boost. First off, fitted nice, probably wearing some nice cologne. Alright, appearance on point.
Hello.
Hi.
Handshake, smile, eye contact.
You look really nice.
Thank you. Let's do.
He doesn't let go of her hand. He's still shaking her hand. He said, hi. Oh, you look very nice. He doesn't lick over her hand. He says thank you. And guess what he does next?
Two kisses. One.
Still holding that hand right there. Let's do 2 kisses on the cheek. This is a European thing, by the way. Y'all Americans don't get this. 1, 2.
Very nice to meet you.
And he puts his other hand after he put it on her shoulder to when he was 1, 2 kiss back on her hand, and now he goes to sit down. Sits down.
Very nice to meet you. Andrew Tate.
Y'all are probably like, that doesn't matter. Who cares? But it does. The first impression, like if you want to instantly upgrade your first impression aura, your first impression perks, seriously think about that. I tried this once. It was a first date with a chick I hung out with for a very, very long time, maybe 2 years ago. And it was because of this video. It sounds corny, I don't care. But, oh my God. I think she told me something like, wow, that first impression was solid. And in my head when I did it, I was like, wow, I can't believe I actually did that. Because of like the confidence. And of course, like me and her, we got comfortable beforehand, so I wasn't like, oh, some random stranger. Then again, I don't think it's that weird, but you want to, the intention isn't to make the person uncomfortable. It's kind of like to break the touch barrier and to show your personality and all that stuff. Very subtle. And these subtle things, these minuscule subtle things, they add up into a bigger picture. She might not like you because of a bunch of small things, but she might like you because of a bunch of small things. You guys have to understand this. A girl doesn't not like you, or she doesn't want to go out with you anymore because of one thing that you do. It's a bunch of compounding miniature things, mannerisms, etc., etc. Most of the time.
What's your name?
Andrew, nice to meet you. Cheyenne. Or Cheyenne Reynolds, if you're doing this house.
Cheyenne Reynolds. We're gonna do official.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice to meet you.
Cheers. I think she's an attractive woman. She's good looking. Friendly demeanor. I can tell she thinks she knows things, so I look forward to correcting her. But that's usually how life works.
He's trolling.
Finally,
There's no
see?
way he's
a man
trolling.
that makes an effort. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah? Okay.
P.S. Finally, a man who makes an effort. See, even she says it. I didn't even watch this video before. Like I told you guys, I did this with a chick, and she mentioned to me afterwards, wow, that was a great first impression. Tate did this, and she just mentioned that it was a great first impression. I didn't watch this video beforehand. I watched this video 2 years ago. I don't remember this stuff. This is the first time I'm watching it in forever. So like, see, the proof is there, right there.
Where are you from?
I'm American, but I lived in England for a long time. I lived in a very prestigious part of the UK. I don't know if you've ever heard of Luton.
Very
Prestigious.
yeah.
Yeah, #1.
He's teasing.
Luton. Okay. Was not expecting that.
Luton is the hood for people who do not know. So he's adding some personality there. He's trolling a little bit. So to y'all people who are into that improv or stand-up comedy, that's like a common thing.
So I was in Luton for a while, and now I live in Europe, so I've just come in. Yeah.
Okay, because your accent, it's like really different, isn't it?
It's pretty mixed up. I'm like a street dog, my dear. I've been here, I've been there. Half American, half English, half Luton, half everything else.
A bit of a mix.
Bit of a mix.
That's cool. So how did you get here today?
Alright, I don't mean to be annoying and pause this every 2 seconds, but y'all came for the value, so I'm delivering. When he said, I'm a mixed dog, come from here, come from a little bit of there, that was a subtle way of him saying, I've traveled a lot, I've lived a lot of places. Like, he's not boasting and being like, yeah, I lived here, here, here. That was a subtle social cue, a social alley-oop for him to slam dunk and say, yeah, I subtly lived here without kind of like bragging. I lived a lot. I've been places, if that makes sense, if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I flew in this morning.
Flew in. It's different. Something different.
Yeah. Jump on the jet.
You flew in on a jet. Who is this guy?
What about you? You have a mix, no?
Yeah, my family, we're Caribbean and English.
So the Caribbean side's the crazy side? Or the English side's the crazy side?
I'd say the Caribbean's the fun side.
Fun
a bit
side?
of spice.
So you're fun and crazy?
Not crazy.
I mean, it's the beginning of the day, you can't lie.
Do I look like I'd lie to you?
Yes.
I'm not a liar, actually.
You're not a liar. Everything you tell me for the rest of this episode is going to be a complete truth.
Yeah.
Promise me.
Yeah.
Say I promise.
I promise. No, I really promise.
Say I promise. Ooh. That's another thing. All right. I'm breaking this down. I could break this down like a little bit more, but I want to break it down so I'm not like pausing every 1 second. This is for obviously the person who doesn't really understand, who wants to get better at social skills or dating. So the past 10 seconds or so was personality. That's just pure personality. That's his personality type. But a few pointers was, he stood on business. He said, let's replay that real quick.
I mean, it's the beginning of the day, you can't lie.
Do I look like I'd lie to you?
Yes.
He stood on business. He said, you can't lie. And she challenged him, do you think I would lie to you? Typically, this is kind of like some, not as important thing, but that was kind of her, at least from my perspective, that was her kind of like challenging him. And he doubled down on what he said prior. You can't, it's the beginning of the day, you can't lie. Which is very fucking nice. Good play. Standing on his business, he stood on what he said by saying yes. Because sometimes you get challenged, and if you kind of like, just kidding, you're not a liar, you're not a liar. So what you just said 2 seconds ago, there's no weight to it. You don't stand on your words. Your words don't mean anything to you. That's how I see it. And I could say more, but...
I'm not a liar, actually.
You're not a liar. Everything you tell me for the rest of this episode is going to be a complete truth.
Yeah.
Promise me.
Yeah.
Say I promise.
I promise. No.
You could feel it through the screen. Say I promise. I said that before. I'm going to say it again. That is probably like one of my favorite things. Just I don't even know what this is. I haven't had like a buzz word for it, a buzz term, whatever for it. But I don't know how to explain it. Just say I promise. And then the other person like, okay, I promise. That's just like, it's satisfying. Just because they admit it. I don't know, maybe that's kind of like a weird thing, but it's satisfying. I don't know how to otherwise put it in words. Like, for example, another thing, I know sometimes I say, I might be joking with somebody, and I might say, what? All right, I'm just going to make up a random thing. I'm going to say, you like cats. Sure. And then we're having a volleyball conversation right here. Are you like cats? So you might say, what? No, I don't like cats. I have a cat, but I don't like cat, or something. And I said, the way that we went to PetSmart last weekend, you're holding that cat. Admit you like cats. Like, okay, I admit I like cats. I don't know, there's like some sort of synergy in that. That's just like, it's kind of assertive. I think that's what I'm looking for. There's some power behind it.
I really promise.
We'll see.
All honest thoughts and opinions.
We'll see. All right, we'll see.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Let me think of a lie. Give me a second.
No, you can't lie.
You have to tell the truth. I don't have to tell the truth.
Why?
We already agreed you're telling the truth. There's only one of us can tell the truth. One of us can lie.
That's not good stuff.
I'm a shoe salesman. I sell shoes, socks, shoe accessories, polish, etc., etc.
Yeah?
Yeah, I sell shoes. Yeah.
You good at it?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
I'm surviving. Sold 2 pairs of shoes yesterday. Life's good.
Okay, that's good. He's a liar.
So stupid.
So tell me a bit about you, Andrew.
I'm not comfortable opening up too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know you might work for John Law and the government.
No.
I have to be careful what I say.
Alright, if you guys have common sense and picked up by now, he's trolling. You have to realize he is letting his kind of playful, comedic side of his personality really blossom right now. Now, I'm sure sooner than later we're going to see the more serious side of him, because if you just have all playful, it gets stale real quick. But let's see how this plays out. Hey, if I called it, I know what I'm talking about, alright? If he gets serious soon, I know what I'm talking about. You have to subscribe and check out that top link in the description below.
Oh, so it's not commitment issues?
It's not commitment issues. It's
sure?
more just like legality issues.
Oh, okay.
I like to go to church. I'm a man of God. Play Scrabble.
Do you have faith?
Okay, this is good. This is an interesting conversation that we can have on camera, which is.
I'd say my personal journey with God is between me and God. So I'm not one of those people that is like, yes, I go to church, or yes, I do this.
Don't you think that's a bit like lazy Christianity?
No, not really, because for me, I believe in love and I believe in faith, and I don't think it's just one religion that you need to follow. You know, I've got friends that are Muslim.
I agree.
I've got friends that are Christian. You know, I've got friends that are spiritual, so I don't put myself in one category.
I understand and I respect that completely.
I don't even know what she said. I'm so confused. What? Can you guys say what she said? Maybe Tate can explain. But she said her relationship is with only her and God. She has a lot of friends with other religions. Therefore, she reserves it. I think that's what she's saying. I mean, listen, you don't have to be out here saying, yeah, like, oh, you should check this out. I hate when people are like, yo, you're forcing their own religion on you. Like, it should be a thing of your own exploration. Like, if it comes up in conversation, I think you should be comfortable with talking about it. Oh, yo, can we hang out Sunday? Nah, bro, like, I gotta go to church. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding her, but that's how I am about it. I'm more modest about it. Like, I'm not gonna be like, you know, saying anything, because I'm in the same boat as her. I do have Muslim friends, and like, I'm not pushing it on them. I respect their differences. Nothing wrong with that. But if dude's like, you know, where you at? I'm gonna tell him what's up. You know, and same for him. Like, I was just at his one of my boys' graduation parties, and just, like, yeah, he's Muslim. A lot of his friends were Muslim. Like, I don't care. Glad to be there. Or excuse me, I don't care in the sense of, you know, that it's kind of weird. Like, I'm comfortable having differences, right? And we have the mutual respect. Like, our religions are neighbors.
But don't you think out of respect for God himself, whether you're in Dubai and you go to the mosque, or you're in England, you go to the church, you should get up early on a Sunday, despite all the booze, and get up and take an hour out of your life and just show some respect? Don't you agree?
No, because everyone's journey with God is personal.
You can be a lazy spiritualist, a lazy Christian, you can be a lazy kickboxer, right? I'm a kickboxer, but I don't train. Okay, bro. I understand. You're lazy. It's okay.
I'm not lazy. Do you have time for God?
Absolutely.
That's good. Do you get up early on a Sunday?
Completely.
That's good.
Every single Sunday, of course.
That's amazing.
And I think that being religious is a beautiful thing, and I think that a lot of people try and say they're spiritual or they're religious in a way, copping out on the 1 hour a week. It just feels a bit lazy to me. I think you can always find an hour a week.
Yeah. No, you definitely could.
So maybe God sent me here to make you go to church.
Maybe. Maybe you're here to enlighten me.
Maybe that's why, yeah.
Yeah? What kind of man are you?
What's the spectrum? I need you to quantify it for me. Who's at the bottom and who's at the top?
For me,
Alright, by the way, I called this. See how he just got serious when the conversation switched to religion? Told you. I know what I'm talking about. But, I think he has a good point. Like, if you're religious and you can't even spare some time, it's like volunteering. You say you're into philanthropy, for example, but you don't. And I know philanthropy is a bunch of different things. Maybe it's giving money or time, but like if you can't even give either, and you say you're a philanthropist, it's just like, it's contradicting. Like, are you? And maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if you feel so, but this is just how I feel. So you can say whatever you are, but honestly, you know, I see you gotta back it up somehow.
Top like a high value man.
What would you say constitutes a high value man?
A high value man is someone that is successful
Okay.
financially.
Okay.
I'd say it's someone that's got a lot of integrity and good morals,
Yeah.
that is very well respected, is very sure of himself, but also is a very family orientated man. That's for me, a high value man.
Okay, it's fine. I'm a high value man.
He's very sure of himself. Yeah, so what's a high value man for you?
Pretty much basically what you said. I think a high value man is a capable man. I think capability can be judged in many different ways, and capability is something which varies depending on the situation. You need a man who is capable of doing lots of different things that he doesn't do very often. You need a man who's capable of being violent when the time appears. Of course, you need a man who's capable of making money. You need a man who can kill somebody and hold a baby in the same day. You need a man with a very broad spectrum of qualities and assets and capabilities. And this is actually what the most difficult thing about being a man is. Most people, when I say most people, let me change that. Most females don't respect how difficult it is to become a high value man. Because to become a high value man, you need to have so many different qualities and so many different capabilities. It's a very difficult thing to do. You need to be funny and smart and charismatic and interesting with stories and strong and rich with a nice car and a nice apartment. Whereas to be a high value female, you need to be hot. If you're nice, it's a bonus, but it's not even that necessary.
That's it.
If you're a pretty female, even if you're a piece of shit person, you're gonna get messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's true.
Whereas if you're a good looking man who lives with his mother, you ain't getting any messages. And
No.
To a degree. I mean, I feel like your personality can only bring you so far. I feel like vice versa. If you're a good-looking dude, but you're a terrible person, yeah, you'll get attention, but I don't think you'll be able to retain the people because your personality is repulsive. I think guys, and you know what? Of course, there's rules for everything. Like maybe if a chick is just, you know, what he said, you know, high value, whatever, but like a guy is DMing her, yeah, the guy will DM her, but hopefully the guy has some backbone. Hopefully, excuse me, I'm just a little sick today. All right. Bless me. But hopefully the guy has some integrity and realizes, you know what, this girl isn't treating me right, isn't treating me fair. Kick her to the curb, and hopefully she never finds somebody until she fixes her act. But most times, there's a guy who doesn't have that integrity, who's in that scarcity mindset, who actually marries this woman, and same vice versa. Like sometimes there's just a piece of shit guy who honestly shouldn't really be married, but a woman does marry him. That's just how the world works. There's like billions of people, but you know, in an idealistic world, that's just how it is. Another thing, Tate said females. One thing that I learned is women don't like being called females. I don't know why. Like it's a derogatory. It's like a offensive thing. Like what? Like if somebody called me a male, like okay, whatever. So I guess it's just like I don't know. Actually, can we have a woman? Can we have a female? Explain why. I just don't really understand that, but I understand that it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's like a belittling thing, but it's just kind of like, that's how I see it, at least in my world. But, we're playing some catch up here, so, well, he was saying how a man has to be X, Y, Z. I definitely do believe that's true. I think you still can be a man without having some of those things. However, I feel like to be a man, you definitely need to have a lot of, for example, excuse me, what I'm trying to say is you don't need to have $10 million to be a high value man. You can still be a high value man with the majority of those characteristics. Maybe not as amplified, but as long as you have those characteristics. You know what? shit, you're doing pretty well for yourself. Because you have to understand, not everybody can have $10 million and be a professional fighter and X, Y, Z. However, having great dignity, having a great kind of selfless, caring, gentleman personality is very desirable, and I think that's just as good, right? And you know what? Sometimes a man does need to hold a baby and go to war, metaphorically, in the same day. And I know that saying is more meaningful and relevant to like 70 years ago when World War II was happening. I think that is more of a benchmark for old school masculinity and high value men. So, yeah, man, I mean, you don't have to necessarily know how to fight in war, but as long as you go to war, that's just as good. But this video is already 30 minutes, so I'm just gonna leave it right here. To y'all who made it to the end, you know what? I really like you. You're very cool. And I'm gonna plug this one last time because we're pushing. I'm an entrepreneur, baby. Check out that link in the top link in the description below. All right, this is my dating guidance. I don't like being called a coach. I think that's corny. However, I think I have experience that most young men do not have. And if I was me when I was 18, 19, 20, I would love to have a mentor like my current day self. Because having guidance it just brings in the results quicker. You don't have to mindlessly kind of walk around doing X, Y, Z. Oh, how do I approach chicks? What do I need? Because it's just you. You don't really understand what you're doing wrong because you think that what you're doing wrong is actually right. Now, if you talk to somebody, if you get some if you get some professional guidance. I'm not a licensed professional, but you know what? I think in dating, real life experience is better than purely just academia, and I think having both would be the best of both worlds. I think having real life case studies and real life experiences, references, works cited is very effective, and I have those. So if you're really interested in accelerating your social skills, your charisma, your seduction, your charm, your dating life, I suggest you check it out. And I don't think, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not one of these dudes who are just like, you got to do this or you're not going to live and you're going to die. But I am the guy who is going to be like, once you understand how to navigate dating, and once you can become the person who you want to attract, and you are patient enough for that person to come to you, it's kind of like the cherry on top. And the cherry tastes very sweet. So if that sounds good to you, stop wasting time watching these videos. I know sometimes they're great, but most of the time, it's really entertainment. Of course, there's some education, some value with it, duh. But the one-on-one mentorship or guidance is more results focused, more just go, go, go. All right, boom, boom, boom. Okay, wow, it's been 30 days and I have a date. So actually, that's my promise. I'll help you get a date in 30 days if you've never been on a date before. Or you can continue my mentorship for free. So, enough said. Check it out. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys around.